Hi, everyone. Oh my God. This has been an incredible journey of technical issues. Are you guys still there? I hope you guys are still there. Would you guys be patient with me? Are you guys there? Hi, everyone. Oh my God. I am so sorry. I'm gonna call my friend Tanya right now, and my energy healer friend Tanya right now, and we couldn't get her. She couldn't get on the Zoom for some reason, and we were having all these problems. So let me call Tanya right now and try to get her on and see if she could get on this thing. So would you be? Because thank you so much for your patience. There is a Mercury retrograde going on in an intense way, and we were having so much technical issues. And I am going to ask Tanya. I'm going to send her the link right now for her to join us in this the chakra clearing, because we want to do it today because it's everyone. Oh my God. This has been an incredible. So I'm going to call Tanya right now. Call Tanya. So just bear with me. Hi, Tanya. I'm live on YouTube now, and so let's go ahead and do this. I'm going to send you the link right now, and everyone is waiting patiently. So I'm going to send you the link, and let's see if you can get on with this link, because I am now on live, and this is the most unconventional way of doing this. But we are going to make it work, even with the Mercury retrograde. We are on. Yeah. So Tanya, I just sent you the link. Were you able to? Did you get it? Once you come on, then I will turn off the phone. But we're live.
Hi, everybody. I'm trying to get there.
Tanya says hello to everybody. She's trying to get on.
It still says the meeting is invalid, unable to get on.
Oh.
I think it's an issue with Zoom, because I went to Zoom's website and tried to do their test through their chatbot, and it's a problem with Zoom.
Okay, Tanya, oh, I'm so sorry, folks. Tanya cannot get on. Okay, so you know what, Tanya, what we'll do is we will get the kinks out of the technical difficulty, and we will have you come on live again next month for the new moon. I am so sorry.
It's not your fault.
Tanya can't get on Zoom. We're so sorry, folks. Oh my God, there's so many people that were waiting for you. Okay, Tanya, so what we'll do is we will have you on next month. And the Mercury retrograde is really, it's an opportunity for growth and expansion, and opportunity for patience, and saying, let's just go with the flow. I guess it's not meant to be this today, but it will be.
Exactly. We're building energy for the right divine moment, and then it will happen then.
Yeah. Okay, Tanya, thank you so much. Much love, and I'll be in touch. Okay, bye. Okay, folks, Tanya, as you heard, she cannot get on Zoom. So there will be another divine timing that the universe will present to us for Tanya to come on. I am so sorry that she was not able to get on. So I'm going to use this time to answer any questions that you have. Hi, Barbara. Hi, Queen Luna. Hi, Moonbeam. Hi, Dancing Rabbit. Hi, Glow Together. Hi, Erlene. Hi, Family First. Hi, everyone. This is a time that I will use. I was so looking forward to doing this live chakra clearing with Tanya Smith. She is an incredible energy healer. I have done energy healing sessions with her. She is amazing. And for some reason, I guess it's the Mercury retrograde that is not allowing us to do this. So we will have to go with the flow. We will have to be fluid. We will have to accept all that is, because The only power that we have is to just be in the flow with whatever arises for us. And what arose for us this moment is that Tanya can't come on Zoom for some reason. So hi Sri Rupa. So let me use this opportunity for the next, half hour or so. Let me answer any questions that you have. So, family first, how do I deal with when I try to feel positive, negative images bombard my mind? That's a really good question. One of the things about one of the foundational things about healing that I've discovered is that healing is about being present with what is. If we could get better and better at being present with whatever is. So for instance, if you're being bombarded with these negative images of your mind, the first thing to do is not to stop everything and to be present with those negative images. Be present with it. Eckhart Tolle, I don't know if you've ever read that book by Eckhart Tolle of The Power of Now. He was suicidal. This man was suicidal. And he was so suicidal to a point where he could no longer hit rock bottom. He was at the bottom of the bottom. When you're suicidal, that means you're at the bottom of the bottom. And because he couldn't go any lower, he literally pulled his mind almost out of his body, and he looked at himself like a third eye witness. He pulled himself out like a third eye witness to him. And all of a sudden, he started to see this man that was suffering with suicidal thoughts. He saw this man from a third eye witness as if he was a suicidal thoughts. And from that perspective, he was just observing his thoughts. He was just observing himself. And he wasn't judging anything that he saw. He wasn't judging those suicidal thoughts. He was just observing them like a third eye witness without judgment in this present moment. And so what it is that when we have all of this bombarding, all of these negative thoughts, the first thing is to sort of pull your mind away and just look at your thoughts like a third eye witness. And you could close your eyes and you can just start to observe all of those images that you're saying, those negative images. Now, by the fact that you put the word negative in front of it, you have made a judgment. You have made a judgment by putting that word negative thoughts. What you want to do is you want to observe those thoughts and not make any judgments. It's neither good nor bad. It's just pure observation with no judgment. And as you keep practicing this and being present with those thoughts, just being present without observing, you will see that those thoughts, it's like thoughts are like leaves on Ram Dass always says, thoughts are like leaves on a river. You know how the leaves drop in and then as the river moves, the leaves disappear? Well, see those thoughts as those leaves on the river. And as the river runs, because your thoughts are running, you don't have the same thoughts all the time, right? Your mind is like the river. So those thoughts, as you just simply observe them without judgment, they will start to disappear. And then another thought comes in. You just observe again without judgment. And then again, it flows away, disappear. Another thought that comes in, you just observe without judgment, allow it to disappear. And with practice, if you keep doing this over and over and over again, you will see that you will have less and less of these negative thoughts. You will be still, you will be present. And those thoughts will start not to take over your life. You will start to have control over your own mind. But you have to become a third eye witness, like an observer of those thoughts, and not make judgment for it to start to have less and less negative thoughts. So try that technique. I guarantee it is a beautiful technique. I've done it many, many times with my own mind. The non-judgmental observer is the key here. Non-judgmental observer. So try that technique. Okay, who else has a question? Okay, let me see. Yes, do I win Mercury retrograde? Absolutely. Yeah, we tried to restart it several times and it didn't quite work out. And, you know, I have to go with the flow of the universe, right? The flow of the universe is all that we could do. I have my healing tuning force going to grab my Tibetan singing bowl. Oh, thank you, Moonbeam. Love Tibetan singing bowls. Thank you, Jennifer. Yes, I am doing as well as can be. I appreciate your asking me. Queen Luna, my computer completely froze today too. Had to shut down and restart. Oh my God, we tried a few times and it didn't work. Okay, so MBA, be aware of the thought. MBA, aware of how that thought is referring to you. Lauren, the pure self. Okay, family first. Thank you so much. They are like scary images of things happening to me. So I get so scared. Okay, are these things, you know, it could be a trigger from something. It could be, you know, you might be holding on to some trauma that is being triggered by something. So trauma from your childhood, trauma from past lives, and now it's like kind of being triggered. And so the thing is that what I did was, I actually did an energy healing session with somebody named Shannon Leichner. She's amazing. Tanya is amazing. This woman, Shannon, is also amazing. And I told her specifically that I wanted to work on my childhood trauma. And what she did was she literally went into the part of my brain that holds on to that fear, that trauma. And she energetically helped me to remove it. And since I've had that session, I have had less anxiousness, less stress. Not completely all gone, but less. The reason why is because we have many layers. We have traumas that are under many layers. And so the energy healer might have gotten rid of, released the first layer. Then, if I do more sessions, then she'll release another layer. So an energy healer actually helped me to release that layer. But a lot of the meditations that I do really help me to also release those traumas. So the thing is that family first is that you have to, I think, try this technique that I've recommended as to be the observer of of those images and not judge them, and let me know what results you get, because I would like to know if you're getting better results, because it could be something of a more maybe you need more of an energetic release of that. But meditation is a form of energy healing, but maybe there needs to be a different energy modality to help you release those traumas that are creating all of these scary images in your mind. Lauren, I found at times I've been too agitated to be still and observe, but then I started walking or doing some activity to release my energy first, then I'm a lot calmer so I can do it afterwards. Yes, right. And the reason why that works is because now you're focusing your energy onto something else. You know what it is that when you're agitated and you're focusing on that agitation is going to grow. It's not going to subside unless you focus on the agitation as a non-judgmental observer and then let it go like the leaf on the river. But if you're agitated and you're placing judgment on that agitation is only going to get larger. So a tool that a lot of people use, and I've used it many times myself, is I just completely do something else. Like I'll walk away from my computer, I'll do the dishes, I'll walk my dog, I'll go to the backyard. Because now I'm focusing, I'm redirecting my energy and my intention and focus in something else. And that is a very good tool, one of the tools that you could use. But when the trauma, when these images, as Family First was mentioning, that it's so deep, then sometimes that tool might not work. But it is definitely a tool that you can go to for certain types of stress and anxiety. It might not help for everything, but it is definitely a very, very useful tool to redirect your energy. So yes. Hi, Sylvia. Oh, yeah, Sylvia. Yeah, I miss our chats. Family First, definitely from childhood. Yeah, I relate to that because a lot of my anxious triggers that I get now and the fear and stress that are triggered now, a lot of it has to do with my childhood. So when I went to see the energy healer, Shannon, I said to her specifically, Shannon, I really want to release this trauma, this specific childhood trauma out of my, out of my system, out of that part of the mind that holds trauma. And so if you guys want to know who that energy healer is, her name is Shannon Leischner, Leischner, Shannon Leischner. So if you look her up, you'll find her website. Google her. It's shannonleischner.com. And Family First, maybe you want to do a session with Shannon Leischner to help you remove these scary images from your mind. She helped me. She's amazing. And Tanya Smith is also somebody that you could. Tanya Smith's, the energy healer that was supposed to come on today, her website is Rainbow Lovina, Rainbow, RAINBOW, Lovina, LOVINA.com. And you can also contact Tanya if you want a private session with her. Hi, CM. My grandmother is in home hospice and I've been unable to do much of anything for the last month. I feel like I am in constant fear of what will happen. Okay, so are you fearing that your grandmother is going to pass away? Again, I think that constant fear has to do with something that, what is the fear specifically that your grandma's going to pass away and you're going to lose a solid support system? Were you really close to your grandmother, that she was always unconditionally supportive of you? And do you feel like if you lose your grandmother that you're going to lose that support? It would be helpful to know more. Okay, you're going to check her. Okay, Family First, you're going to check her out. That's great. So one of the things, if you have any other questions, just let me know. I want to make a couple of announcements. I know this whole went haphazard today, so I forgot to make the announcements, but on Tuesday nights at 6:30 p.m. Pacific time, 6:30 p.m. Pacific time on Tuesday nights, which is actually 9:30 p.m. Eastern time on Clubhouse. I don't know if any of you guys are on Clubhouse. We do an intention group consciousness healing meditation where one of the people that comes into the room volunteers for a healing. Let's say, let's say Sylvia, she volunteers that she wants to heal a health issue or career or family or relationships. So everybody in the club, in the room, through the power of group consciousness, sends that healing to Sylvia. And as we send that healing to Sylvia, we actually heal ourselves. So I call it the group consciousness healing meditation that we do on Clubhouse every Tuesday night at 6:30 p.m. Now, another room that I run with my business partner, Jen, on Sundays at 11 a.m. Pacific time, which is 2 p.m. Eastern time on Clubhouse. On Sundays, every Sunday, we interview an energy healer like Tanya Smith or Shannon Leichner, and you can ask those healers questions. So that's Sunday at 11 a.m. Pacific time that we do that room. The club is called Om Heals. So, okay, so any tips on how to stop caring what others think and having negative thoughts about others? I love your videos. All of them are so helpful. Well, I'm so glad that they are of service to you, the videos. Any tips on how to stop caring what others think and having? Yeah. The thing about when the day that we stop caring about what others think is when we have more self-love for ourselves. As we gain more self-love, unconditional self-love for ourselves, more we gain unconditional self-worthiness for ourselves, the more we care less about what others think. The reason why we care about what others think is because we're trying to use the external world to validate our internal world, right? Because why do we care about what others think? Because we're trying to validate here in the internal world. So let's say you 100% have validated in here. Then why would you need any external validation, right? The only reason why we are seeking external validation is to feel good in here. That's why, we think if we're successful with our career, if we have the house, the car, the family, those are all external validations for our internal validation. But we can get the house, we could get the job, we could get the career, we could get the money, and we would still feel not good enough in here. So instead of working so much on the external validation, let's work on the internal validation. And then we don't have to worry so much about the external validation. If we work on having unconditional worthiness in here, it doesn't matter what other people think, right? The only reason why we care is because we don't feel worthy in here. We don't feel good enough. So the secret here, the key to your question is nurture that unconditional self-love in here. Then you won't care about what other people think. You will start to care less and less, and your life will start to work more and more, and you will feel that freedom. You will not be trapped by the external validations. And don't get me wrong, I am still trapped by the external validations. Most of us are. I don't know anybody, I haven't met anybody that was 100% free of external validations. What we're trying to do here is just become a little bit less dependent on those external validations. That's what we're trying to do here. Am I going to completely remove all external validations in my life in this lifetime? Probably not. Am I working towards being able to be okay with less and less external validation? Absolutely. Absolutely. I am working towards having less and less external validation to make my internal world feel better. So that's why this internal work is so important. Because if you really have unconditional self-worth, I mean, 100% unconditional self-worth, you wouldn't care about what anybody thought, right? So that's really the answer to that question. Yeah, I'm glad you guys like that answer. Queen, Luna, Sylvia, Moonbeam. Yeah, that's what it is. And so the second part is having negative thoughts about others. Right. Well, the thing is this, is that once you don't really care about what other people think, you wouldn't even have you would have less and less negative thoughts about people, right? Because it wouldn't matter. It wouldn't matter. Those judgments wouldn't really be made at that point. If you don't care about what other people think, then you really don't, those negative thoughts wouldn't even come in about others, right? If you didn't care what other people thought, if you truly didn't care, those thoughts wouldn't even enter your mind. So the more you can nurture your unconditional self-worth in here, the less negative thoughts you will have of others as a byproduct of doing that inner work. And so that's why this inner work is so important. This is the reason why. Okay, CM, she says, it's the fear. So you're afraid of your grandmother dying, and you're saying, it's the fear she's going to die and I'm the last one with the family name. Okay. So CM, are you saying that you are afraid that your lineage will die with you, CM? Is that what you were saying? Because you having the last name, you having the last one with the family name isn't really relevant to the true nature of who you really are. The true nature of you, your grandmother, everyone that has come in this physical form is an eternal being. I don't know if you know that that's the true nature of who you are. You are a soul that has come into this body temporarily. So if you are obsessed about the name, carrying the lineage of the name and continuing with that lineage, that's again an external, that's just in this physical external form that you've created in your mind, that's important. You've just created in your mind that carrying that lineage is so important. Carrying that name lineage is so important in your mind. But you could easily say that it doesn't matter whether the family name goes on or not. Because it's the story that you're telling in your mind. You can change that story. If you change the story to say, you know what, if the name stops with me, great, I'm still an eternal being. If the name carries on after me, great. Whichever way it goes, it doesn't really matter. I mean, if you tell a different story in your mind, it's the story that you're telling that it matters. The meaning that you're giving to the situation is what is creating your suffering. If you gave a different meaning to this situation, to your story, then you would be free of that suffering. but you're giving it the meaning that if this last name, family name stops with me, then there's some awful consequences to that, but there really isn't, is there? So you have to change the meaning of it. See, for me, I don't have children. So if my family lineage name stopped with me, I'm okay with it. I'm okay. I feel free. That does not create any suffering or pain. Maybe my dog will get it. My dog, Happy Cho, my dog could carry the lineage. But see, I don't place that meaning to that. So I am free of that pain and suffering. So it's what meaning you give to that story that matters. Okay, same person. Thank you that it was a big reality check for me. If you have self-love, worth, will the negative thought you have about others stop too? Yes, I did say that, yes. The negative thoughts about others, the stopping of the negative thoughts of others will happen as a byproduct of you having that unconditional self-love for yourself. It's just a byproduct. Those negative thoughts of others will enter less and less as a byproduct of your unconditional self-worth and love. Okay, Kelly C. Any tips on how to heal from heartbreak as someone in their mid-20s? Obviously, life goes on, but the emotional pain seems to have hurt my self-worth and ability to be vulnerable again. Kelly C., what a beautiful question. What a beautiful question. You know, so many of us have gone through heartbreaks, right? And, you know, you're in your mid-20s, and I can only imagine that it really affected you in a profound way. And this is what I'm going to say to you. This heartbreak was probably the greatest lesson for you in your spiritual expansion and growth. This person came into your life for a reason to teach you something for your expansion and growth, right? That's what this relationship was about. Now, if you could let go of the idea that that relationship, because people come in for a season, for a reason. Some people will come in for a lifetime. Some people will come in for a day. Some people will come in for a week. Some people will come in for a year. Some people will never come in. The thing is that all of that is okay. All of it is okay. All of it, whoever comes into your life, how short or how long, is for a reason. And they're here to teach you lessons for the expansion and growth of your soul. So what lesson, and I'm not saying you shouldn't go through the mourning period. I absolutely acknowledge that you have a right to mourn over this relationship. And you should sit with that emotion. You should sit with that emotion of, you know, of some mourning. You should acknowledge it and be with it and be present with it. I'm not telling you to gloss over that emotion. I would never say that. There's a proper time and there's a proper place and there's a proper time period to do the mourning. Give yourself that time. Maybe it's 1 week, maybe it's 1 month, maybe it's 2 months. Now, if this mourning is going on forever, then this relationship hasn't served you the way it should. You're now going to shoot yourself in the foot. There is a certain duration of time that is in your flow to mourn this relationship. But if you mourn this relationship over a duration of time that no longer serves you, now you've created, you know, you're creating resistant energy in your life. You're blocking the ability for new people, for healthier relationships to come into your life. And so Kelly C, this is what I say. What I would suggest is do a meditation where you're present with these feelings, and you can even write a letter to the partner, the heartbreak partner. Just write a letter. And I'm not telling you to send it to him. Write a letter to him expressing how you feel. And this is a great way to energetically also express what you need to express. Write a letter, and then take that letter and place a candle in front of you, and then burn it. Burn it and send love and blessings to him. It's very meditative. It's very therapeutic to write this letter, because you're expressing your thoughts on paper, and you're energetically expressing it out into the universe. And then as you burn the letter, you're allowing that energy just to go back to the universe. That this is closure for me, that I'm okay with it. And then you're making space. I have also a meditation on making an energetic cord break that you could also listen to. Go to my meditation playlist, and it's under energetic cord break, and use that meditation too. What you're doing is you're sending loving and compassionate energy to that person. You're letting him go in a beautiful way. And so try those two things. Try the writing the letter to him, just expressing how you feel. You know, you could say, you know, I'm heartbroken. Say all those, be honest, be authentic, and then just burn it. You don't have to do it today. Do it when you feel you're ready to let this relationship go. Okay, Kelly C? So I hope that helped you. And also, like I said, I have an energetic corporate, because we're sharing energy with the other person. So I have a meditation where you lovingly, break that energetic cord with that other person. So that's under my meditation playlist. Okay, so Lauren, and the soul is made of the essence of love. Moonbeam 123. Yes, absolutely, Moonbeam. That is absolutely right. The soul is made of the essence of love. That's a powerful statement. Why? Because love is really what created this entire universe. Everything that we see, smell, hear, and touch, everything that comes into this physical manifestation comes out of the energy of love. What is that energy? The energy of love is the highest vibrational frequency. When energy reaches that highest vibrational frequency, that is when physical form manifests. Everything physical starts to manifest, whether it's the moons, the stars, the galaxies, planet Earth, our bodies. Everything that we see, smell, hear, and touch, this physical form comes about because of the highest vibrational frequency, and that is love. So without love, nothing can exist. That is why love is the most powerful healing energy that there ever is. It is the most powerful healing energy that there ever is, because it is the highest vibrational frequency. And without love energy, nothing in this universe can come about to manifest. So when we return to love, when we remove fear, return to love. When we remove doubt, return to love. When we remove faith and return to love. When we remove all of these negative thoughts and return to love, we are claiming our power. We are claiming our power as this eternal, unlimited being. That's what we're doing. We are claiming our power. Our power is love. That's why our soul is made of love. Our physical bodies, without the love energies, our physical bodies could not exist. So remember the power of love. Okay, Lauren, do you think that so many of the problems we have in life are because we overly identify with things outside of us and also the beliefs we've accumulated in life from parents and society? Absolutely. Absolutely. You know, all of the things, the beliefs that we accumulated in life from parents and society are conditioned beliefs. They are not the true nature of who we are. The true nature of who we are is this eternal, infinite being. And so when we're born, when we're like little, even when we're in our mother's womb, our mothers are already conditioning us by her limiting thoughts. And we can't even blame our parents for all of their limiting beliefs. We can't even blame society for all of their limiting beliefs. Why? Why can we not blame society? Because they were conditioned. Your parents were conditioned. Your grandparents were conditioned. Your great-great-parents were conditioned. Your aunts, your uncles, your extended family, your friends, your boss, your coworkers, everybody around you have been so conditioned. And so this conditioning now goes into, you know, our subconscious mind. And when it hits that subconscious mind, oh, it has a lot of power. Has a lot of power in how we behave. Has a lot of power in the choices that we make in life. When this conditioning comes in and it grabs our subconscious mind, oh, it's got a lot of power. And it limits and it masks the true nature of who we really are, which is this eternal being of unlimited possibilities. And so, you know, the work that I do, so much of the work that I do with energy healers or with my business coach, my life coach, is to uncondition all of this limiting beliefs. Uncondition, 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 uncondition. Because once you're conditioned, you're going to make choices and decisions that are based on those limiting beliefs, and then you're going to create a limiting life. That's why when you see people who are, you know, sometimes you see people, oh, why do they have so much? Why are they so successful? Is because they have less limiting beliefs about their life, about what's possible. So all of this is conditioned, and we can't even blame our parents, like I said, because they're conditioned. We can't even blame society because they're conditioned, right? So so the work that I'm doing every single day, even today, even now, every day that I wake up, I do mantras. I walk my dog and I'm doing all kinds of mantras. I'm saying, you know, Moon, you are enough. Moon, you are unconditionally worthy. Moon, you are unlimited being. I have to say these mantras every single day. Why? Because I have to reprogram my subconscious mind. So that is very, very, Lauren, what you said was very true. CM Lighty, oh, thank you for the kind words. Thank you, CM Lighty. I'm so glad that I was able to help you. Naga, oh, Naga, I love you so much. Kelly C, thank you so much for your lovely advice. Very encouraging and helpful. Of course, Kelly C, of course. This is why I come on. I come on because I want every single one of you to understand your true nature of being an unconditionally worthy, unconditionally lovable, eternal beings that have so much potential in your life. That is the truth. And if anybody says that you are less than what you truly are, that person is projecting their limited beliefs onto you. That's when you kind of leave them and you move away from those people. Surround yourself with people that will empower you. Surround yourself with people that will support what you truly desire, what you truly want. Surround yourself with people that are encouraging, that are empowering, that truly allow you to be your essence. Okay, so do you believe eating meat brings down your vibration? I know many people believe this, right? That's a good question. No, I do not believe eating meat brings down the vibration. If you are a vegan and you thrive being a vegan, do it. Do it. I'm 1,000% supportive. But there are people, because we have a very different, each one of us have a very different and unique energetic blueprint. Each one of us has a very unique energetic blueprint. You will not find two people that have the same energetic blueprint. And because we are so unique in our energetic blueprint, different foods will work for us. You know, in Ayurveda, they call it your constitution. There's a human design. The human design shows you your unique energetic blueprint, right? So based on your energetic blueprint, a certain diet will work better for you than other diets. And so, for instance, the Dalai Lama, he tried to become vegan when he was a younger lad. And he got so sick. So he's not a vegetarian, he's not a vegan, because he got so sick. He could not sustain a vegan lifestyle. I do not do well when I eat dairy. Dairy is horrific for me. Dairy is worse than gluten. I can actually get away with a little bit of gluten, but I can't get away with eating dairy. Dairy is one of the worst things for me. It's just part of my energetic blueprint. And I understand that. So the thing is that all, animals, it's also the way the animals were treated. If the animals were treated with love, they have good energy. It depends on the animal, how they were raised, how they were treated. If they were abused and they were, killed in a traumatic way, then yes, that animal will carry a low vibrational frequency. But if the animal was loved and, gave it the freedom, gave it the free range, and, they died in a peaceful manner, then that's a different energy. So I say the diet depends on your energetic blueprint, because some people will get very sick being a vegan. And it depends on the animal, how it was treated, how it was raised. That will have a different energetic blueprint when you eat the animal. Okay, so let's see. Okay, so let's see. While nobody hold a space, can you pull it back for us? How you achieve that space and compassion energy while nobody holds space but conditioning you, coding, pulling back, forcing for no reason. Okay, yeah. Jyoti, that's a good question. What he's asking is, how can you hold your healthy energy space when all of these people around you are conditioning and coding you and programming you and forcing you and manipulating you, and society has this tsunami of messages that you are just bombarded with, right? That you are only good if you are good enough only if you have a certain job and you make a certain money and you have this and that, right? How can you hold your space when you are so bombarded by the tsunami of messages around you, right? I think that's basically the essence of what he's saying. And it's a really, really good question. And this is why it becomes such a practice. It becomes a practice. Every single day, it's practice. Every single day, you take time for yourself to return home to your truth, to return home to your soul. Every day, you take time for yourself to download that source energy, and you could feel that unconditional love. You could feel how unlimited you are. Every day you take time for yourself to be with yourself. And as you do this every single day, you will be less and less affected by all of the tsunami of messages around you. And you will be more and more in your flow. What does being in your flow mean? Being in your flow means that you are in alignment with the way God created you. So you will behave in a way that's in alignment with the way God created you. So one of the things when I'm working on with my business coach, Jules, is that we're working on all of the tools that allows me to be in my flow. My flow, not society's flow, my flow. So one of the things that one of the tools is, Moon, you don't initiate. You don't initiate. You respond. You respond. That's how you're in your flow, is you respond. That's one of the tools, is just to respond, not to initiate anything. And so the more I can come into my flow, the more I know who I am, the less I will be dependent on the less I will be affected by the people around me or the tsunami of messages. And so this takes training. It takes practice. It takes practice. Every single day, you should be with yourself. And you should come home to your soul every single day, even if it's 15 minutes, 20 minutes. It's very important. This is how you train yourself not to be so affected by all of the tsunami of messages around you. So I hope this helps. Yes, Marisa, organic meat. I always buy organic myself. Absolutely. It should be organic. I agree, because they treat the animals differently. They raise them differently. It's a different energy. Some person, Maritza, yes, fasting. I have a video about fasting. Fasting is very, very, very healthy. I totally agree. How can I fast? Okay, so some person, I have a video on my YouTube channel about fasting. So look that up. Okay, so Kelly, do you believe it can be unhealthy to be too comfortable with your solitude? I try to make friends, but not many people seem to be too interested in sincere and unconditional relationships. Yeah, wow, that's a really good question. You know, I've never had a question like that before. And that's a really good question. And that makes me pause to think about this. I try to make friends, but not many people seem to be too interested in sincere and unconditional relationships. Okay. So Kelly, I think the answer with this is, what is your flow? See, I've been really obsessed about this concept of flow, being in your flow. And this is why the human design work that I've been doing has been so incredibly amazing for me, because the human design shows you how energy flows through you. It basically shows you your energetic blueprint. And once you get a snapshot of your energetic blueprint, then there's tools and strategies that you use to be in alignment with your energetic blueprint. Now, I think that it depends on the person. I think there are some people who could be in solitude a lot more than others and feel very comfortable with it. And that, for example, my husband. My husband is so comfortable being by himself. He really is. He enjoys himself the most when he's in his solitude. That's when he really enjoys the most. He does like being with people. And so the thing is that the key here is that you want to attract the people that are in alignment with your flow. right? In order to have the sincere and authentic relationships that you want. Nobody wants a fake relationships. I totally get that. Nobody wants a fake relationship. You want a sincere, authentic relationship, right? So that means that you have to attract those types of people. Now, what it is that sometimes when you are actively trying to make friends with people, that may not be in your flow, Kelly. Is to just be okay with where you are at. Kelly, if you have one friend, be good with that. If you have only 2 friends, be good with that. If you have 0 friends, be good with that. Be comfortable with whatever friendship situation you have right now. Why? Because if you are comfortable with whatever relationships you have right now and not trying to force anything or make anything happen, what it means is that you're now in your flow. And now when you're in the flow, you will meet those friends that are sincere, that are authentic, naturally and organically. You want those right people to fall into your lap just to meet them naturally and organically. That's how you're going to meet your authentic, sincere friends. So the first step is to just be okay with whatever relationship. Maybe you have 0 friends. Maybe you have 1 friend. Maybe you have 2 friends. Maybe you have 3 friends. Whatever it is, be okay with that. And during the time that you're alone, I mean, I actually love being alone. There are times when I crave being alone. I mean, I enjoy having people around me, but there's a part of me that loves being alone. And so during the times when you are alone, make the best of it. Be good with it. And be good with whatever friendships you have now. And then you will be in your flow. And then you will naturally and organically meet the right people. So Kelly, I hope that answered your question. Okay, some people. I'm a girl, love to have other friends that are girls, but I have to remember not to push friendships with people, even if I really want it. That's right. Even if you really want it, don't push it. Don't force it, because then you are out of your flow. And when you are out of your flow, things will not work out. So remember that. Queen Luna, I went vegetarian the beginning of last year, and I intuitively fast during the moon phases. That's how I know it's coming up. Oh, that's wonderful. Wow. I hope that the vegetarian diet is working well for you, Queen Luna. Erlene, most of my friends are hypocrites. What can I do? Okay, Erlene. Okay, how can I say this to you? The laws of the universe is people show up as a reflection of people, and situations show up as a reflection of your inner world. And so if all of these friends, all these people show up that are hypocrites, it's because there's something in you that is sharing that hypocrisy with that person, those people. Erlene, if you're ready to hear the message, then great. But if you're not ready to hear the message that there's something in you that's attracted those people, then you're in your journey, you're in your unique journey, and I would never judge that. But the thing is that the laws of the universe, the reason why the universe presents those people to you is because those situations and people are acting as a mirror. The universe wants you to see this situation so that you can learn something inside of yourself. That's why those situations and people are presented. They're presented as teachers. They're presented as a reflection of your internal world. So as you're seeing this external situation, that's really a reflection of your internal world. The universe is saying, I'm giving you a reflection so you can learn. You're sharing something with those people. That's why they've shown up. Because if you shared nothing with those people, they would never be able to show up. And so as they show up as a reflection of you, the universe wants you to learn something and to make that internal change. And as you make that internal change, those types of people will show up less and less. So see those people as your greatest teachers. Instead of judging them as a hypocrite, say, what is the lesson? Why did the universe present me with these people, the pattern of these people? There's a certain pattern of hypocrisy, right? Why does it keep showing up in my life? There's a reason. Because the universe is trying to teach you something that you've got to learn inside for your expansion and growth of your soul. And if you learn that, those people will show up less. Yeah, Maritza, yeah, that's right. You will meet your soul tribe. Yep. You love your alone time. That's right. I do too. Okay. So some person, okay. So Queen Luna has something. I met new friends and then they went away. And a couple of my old friends came back and I am alone a lot, trusting the process. So beautiful, Queen Luna. Trusting the process. That is very, very powerful stuff. Trusting the process. Hi, Sri Rupa. Often happens, I am honest to my friend, but they start misreading my intentions so rudely, so badly. I wonder why. I am judged as someone whom I am not at all. Yeah. Suripa, again, those people around you is a mirror for something inside of you that you can learn about yourself. And if you can learn about yourself through these people, then those people will show up less and less in your life. And so, okay, so this has been good. I have answered lots of questions. So again, on Tuesday evenings at 6:30 p.m. Pacific time, 9:30 p.m. Eastern time, we're doing the group healing consciousness meditation on Clubhouse. And under the Yin and Yang Living Club room, the room is called Yin and Yang Living. On Sundays at 11 a.m. Pacific time, 2 p.m. Eastern time, we're doing the Om Heals. Om Heals is a company that I created with my business partner, Jen. Every Sunday, we interview an energy healer. So, so join us for that. And next week, I'm going to release a meditation about being present with your 5 senses in order to practice the power of now. I always say your power is only ever in the now. So I'm releasing that meditation next week, and we will get Tanya on live at some point. I am so disappointed, but I will surrender to the infinite wisdom of the universe that it was not divine timing for Tanya Smith to do her chakra clearing, but I know that we will do it in the future when it's the right time. So we will surrender and release to that. So let's close out with a prayer and join our group consciousness to send out healing love and compassion to the world. Dear God, dear spirit guides, dear ancestor masters and divine, thank you so much for allowing us to create this space. We know that it wasn't divine timing for Tanya Smith to do her live chakra clearing meditation today, and we surrender and release to that. We thank you for allowing this opportunity for me to answer questions, for me to be a channel for your messages so that we can deliver the right messages, the right guidance to our listeners and viewers who are here, who are on their journey of infinite expansion and growth. And we know that you are sending them divine messages, you are guiding them, you are supporting them, you are giving them unconditional love, and always having their backs 24/7, 7 days a week. And we're so privileged and honored to create this space so that we can all be on our journey of eternal expansion and growth, and to allow these situations and experiences that are before us to serve as our greatest teachers, our greatest classrooms, so that we can learn things on this physical plane so we can eternally expand and grow our souls. That is why we are here in this physical plane, is to learn lots of life lessons for the expansion and growth of our eternal beingness of consciousness. So thank you so much for allowing us this opportunity to also collectively and individually send out more compassion, more love, and to also nurture and practice unconditional love, unconditional worthiness for ourselves. Because as we have more unconditional love for ourselves, we can send out more love to others and to really make an impact in the world in a way that we know it can be. And so we are, again, thankful and grateful that we can surrender and release all doubt, all fear, all worries, all concerns, knowing that you have infinite wisdom, infinite guidance, infinite support, that you can make all things happen. And finally, we are so, so grateful that you always protect us and guide us and show us unconditional love. Thank you. Om Shanti. Namaste. Thank you, everyone. So next week, I'm releasing that meditation on the 5 senses. So look out for that. And we will have Tanya Smith on again when it's divine timing for her to be on. Thank you again. Much love and blessings to you and your family. Bye.